All right, all right. Hello. Look, ladies, I am generating myself for this one. My period's about to start, and that's how I'm starting my live, by telling you this private information. And it's perfect because today we're talking about Soulful Sales, day 3, and we're talking about self-expression. Okay, so I've been really thinking about this, and before I get started, actually, if you would like to be tagged in day 1 and day 2 of Soulful Sales, let me know. Just say tag me. If you would like to be tagged going further, also just let me know. Tag me. So all you got to do is say tag me in the comments and I will tag you. So hi, I'm Zoe. I created this group, Femme Forte, money mindset, men, and growing personally into your next level self. Okay, I've been all about that for lots of years of my life. So today we're talking about self-expression in sales. And it is now starting to pour down rain here where I am in Mexico. The rainy season is coming to an end, but it's not over yet. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the self-expression in sales. And I think that you've got to be able to self-express. So there's so many different facets to this because there's things that take away our self-expression. In a way, I feel like a little less energy because I am about to start my menstruation. And I don't feel as expressive and energetic as I usually am. But that's okay. I'm generating myself. And so I think there's different things like that, but there's other things that are a little bit more pervasive. And they are things that you wouldn't really think take away your self-expression, such as, incomplete items, debt that you have, debtors calling you that you're not communicating with, things that you're not bringing to completion, communications that aren't being had with people that you love but had an upset with, feeling like you can't express yourself, feeling like small. But those things, they come from different places. So there's lots of different reasons why you may feel like you can't express yourself, or some of those reasons are coming from you and the stories that you have about if you express yourself, or if you say this thing that you want to say, or if you talk about this subject, or if you want to sell something, or if you're like, everybody disagrees with you about starting your online business, but you're like, I have to because it is my calling. And that is what we're talking about here in Soulful Sales. It is your calling. Like, you're here with me and you get into my offers because we're on the same page here. I got a wobbly phone. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. We're on the same level of we know that we're here for a purpose, and we know how we want to help women. Maybe it's some men too, and that's okay. It's 222. I love that number. I've been getting a little bit back into angel numbers after becoming a Christian, and I just like numbers. I like numerology. In a way, I try to connect numbers to the Bible and Bible verses and see what those say. And 222 Daniel says something along the lines of, he reveals deep and hidden things to you. So that was pretty incredible. And I started my relationship with my partner on July 22nd. And I said yes at 2:22 in the morning. So I looked up that Bible verse and I was like, oh, wow. And that's what my relationship has been about, is he has created this space where it reveals deep and hidden things within me. And so I've grown so much in my relationship. And this is what I'm talking about, self-expression. Like, this was random. I wasn't thinking about, oh, I'm going to talk about that, but it just came out. And not being afraid of that, not being afraid of writing what you want to write. You know, I think so many people think that they need to be put inside a box, and I'm just not about that. Like, I'm not about that. And I think that's what a lot of people make you feel like you got to put yourself in a box and you've got to fit a certain standard and you got to write a certain way. And I don't. If you get it, you don't. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Like, sometimes I write in a very channeled way, and maybe not everybody gets that every time, and that's okay. But one thing is for sure, I'm here on a purpose, and so are you. That's why you're here watching this. And, day one, we talked about sales being that you're doing it as your love for humanity. So if you have a perspective or a negative perspective, such as, I can't sell every day, that's sleazy, or even that projection onto somebody else, that's likely your own judgment about what you think you can or can't do as well. Day two, we were talking about innovation in sales. Now, also, today we're talking about self-expression. Like, even innovation and self-expression are very connected, because your innovation and your creation of your content, however you want to create that, your writing, your blogs, your videos, whatever you show up and say is your self-expression. It is your innovation. It is you creating because you stand in your power and your confidence. And yes, there are things that get in the way of that. And by the way, that's why I'm inviting you to come join me in Queen. The link is here. It's a 6-week activation to become the innovative cash creating queen. Okay. The link is there. You can click it, or if you need the link, just let me know. But self-expression, for me, I wouldn't want my business to be any other way. I wouldn't want it to be like I have to do it a certain way. I have to fit into a box and fit into a mold. I literally, well, I know why I started my business, but why did you start your business? Why did you start your business? Did you want freedom? You didn't want to have a boss? Something like that? Like, you wanted freedom? It's not only that too, because it's also the purpose and the difference that you want to make for people in the world. So it's that too. It's the difference that you want to make for people. It's that you've had a transformation in an area of your life where you're like, oh my gosh, I want people to have this. I want people to not experience this suffering that I went through too. I want to help them out of it because I've gotten out of it. And that's why you're here. It's that, and you wanted freedom. Not freedom to be put into a box. I just don't think I can ever do a business the way somebody else tells me how to do it. Now, I can be attracted to certain things that ring true for me, like business energetics, energetic selling. That's a thing I'm attracted to. There's a woman who teaches on that, and I'm attracted to that because I have a sense in my body about the truthfulness of it, and the alignment that I have with it allows me to take those learnings in and implement them in my business. But when something feels icky, I don't. when something feels like, oh, somebody's telling me I have to do it this way, and it makes you feel even worse and less self-express, I just don't do it. I just don't. I did do that once, and I signed up with a coach, and this was near the end of when I kind of went into a sabbatical. And I think it was all part of needing my business needed to crumble so that I could start again as the new version of Zoe. And anyways, I invested in this coach, and she was great. Okay, I'm not here to bash anybody because we're all doing what we're doing, but I had some breakdowns because I had this. So in her program, it was teaching it needed to be a certain way. And I get it. You can always learn to write your content, better. You can learn different strategies that align with you. And I implemented some strategies, and they really worked for me that she taught. But it was really the needing to be so specific in the content. And I'm not even against that either. I think there needs to be a level of specificity in your content and what you're talking about. And I may have that sometimes, and I may not. And that's, so my point is, it occurred to me when I took her program that I was doing everything super wrong. And just let me tell you that I signed up for her program because I was wanting to scale my business, and I had reached a level in my business where I was earning, good money every month, and like 3 to 5K every month. And it didn't work for me the way that she, basically what happened was it occurred I had to tear everything down, and I was even more forceful with my launches instead of having it be this easy aligned thing. It was exhausting. I was pushing. And there's nothing wrong with really having a drive and pushing, but it can be too exhausting. And I am an advocate for that. You get to have all areas of your life work, that this business thing gets to be this fun, creative thing that you participate in and build for yourself, but not something. And don't get me wrong, you've got to step out of your comfort zone and you have to learn new things, but and there's definitely frustrating times. But really, I think it's meant to be this really fun, enjoyable thing. If you're like me, which I'm assuming if you are here this long watching this video, then you are like me. You have a calling to make a difference for people, maybe specifically women or men, whatever it is, or men and women. I know that I am going to be opening myself up to working with men a little bit more in terms of money coaching here soon. But you have a calling, and that calling has you want to create the way you want it to be. Not somebody else, how they say it should go. And I think more of the actual making sales and having people buy from you is you showing up authentically, not you showing up as a version that somebody else told you to be. That's the thing, is you being you. You being just you completely. And I'm stepping back into that too, because I took such a long time off, and I'm coming back newly, that I'm being more intentional about how I do show up online and what I share and who I'm being, really. It's this level of who I'm being. that for me has mostly altered. I mean, I'm still the same Zoe, but a new Zoe. I know, it's like backwards, crooked, something, whatever that word is that describes what I'm saying. But you're here to be you and to really share that. And that's what people want. Like, that's when people buy from you, when you're just like, okay. When you are sharing your experiences, you're sharing the real you, you're sharing maybe your setbacks, you're sharing the mistakes you've made. But let me tell you this. There is a level of sometimes maybe oversharing. Like when I'm going through something, I'm usually not sharing about that, or I might mention it, but I'm not going to really go into detail because I don't think that this has ever happened for me in the way that I share, because I'm always sharing from the perspective of the learning that I'm getting from whatever I'm going through. But there are times when I've seen people share some really, some personal stuff. And there's different scenarios. So, I mean, like, there's a gal who is losing her baby, and I have nothing against her sharing about that. This is on social media that I've recently seen. So I wouldn't say anything about that, but there's just like drama in your life that you share about. And really, if you just kind of turn that view back in on yourself and kind of look at yourself and take the learnings from the looking at yourself, that might be more powerful than writing about it, complaining about it online. Most likely more powerful. Not might be, but yeah, definitely. So, I'm just here yapping a little bit, but self-expression, if you have a lack of power, a lack of self-expression, a lack of confidence, then there's stuff in the way. And so this is where I am going to invite you to come join me in Queen. You're going to clear that. Very first thing that we're going to do is the quantum time release, and that is going to clear out limiting beliefs and negative emotions that keep you from showing up with confidence, with confidence, knowing that you're the innovator, you're the business person. It goes how you say, you do it how you want to do it, you do it how it feels good. You definitely do show up, you've got to show up for sure. Nobody's going to buy from you if you're not selling. And that's what this is about, Soulful Sales. It's coming from the deeper seat inside you, the soul, the seat of the soul. This is my calling. I've wanted it since 2000. You know how life is so interesting. Like I was about to go through my yoga teacher training, but I was actually working at the yoga studio at the time. And then I signed up for yoga teacher training. But the woman who owned the place, she was kind of like a coach on the side, and she had like her own little office and stuff. And she did energy work, I think like Reiki. I don't remember exactly, but she did energy work. That's the point. And it was then that I was like, I want that. Like, I want that freedom. And it was just the first time where I saw, like, that's what I want. And so, it was ever since then that I wanted that. And it just kept getting more clear and more clear about how I wanted that to look. And now it looks how it looks. And I haven't worked for, at a job, a conventional job since Landmark. If you know me a little bit, you know that I worked at Landmark, and I worked there 2 separate times, and those literally were my last jobs. And I worked remotely there for about a year a little over a year ago. And that was the last time that I worked. And ever since then, you know, I've lived off of my savings because I've done well as a money coach. I've saved my money and I've worked it out to have it work for me. And hallelujah, praise God, thank you that it's worked. And I've recently made some big financial decisions as well. And I'm going on and on, but like it ended up being my purpose, which is helping people financially, because that was my really biggest breakthrough that I just thought I could never have. And, you know, I'm having more now, more financial breakthroughs. I'm creating them and having them, and it's fun. And this is what I get to do. I get to work from home and travel and create whatever I want whenever I want. And I get to like cook, and I get to go to the gym, and I get to have all of my life work, really. I get to relax a lot, be at home, go to coffee with my girlfriend like I did yesterday, and come home, cook dinner, watch some shows, do the laundry, you know. Just those fun things. So, if you're wanting to tap into more self-expression, I got you, boo. Click the link here. Join us in Queen. By the way, we're starting September 24th. Okay, that's 4 days. Come on and join us. If you click the link, you'll find out what we're doing. But you're getting this is the Queen program. It's Boss Remastered. I created this in 2022. So this is all about you becoming the queen of your business and your life and having it go the way you say. Innovation, self-expression, confidence. That's what I want for you, my love. Full throttle. So I'll see you on the inside, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let me know if you'd like me to tag you in tomorrow's Soulful Sales. Mwah.